Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Paul Goebel. And Coach, pretty solid weekend for you over in Durham, North Carolina at the ITA kickoff. You went 1-1, but it was a couple of ranked opponents. So to get a split against two ranked teams, you got to feel pretty good coming out of that.
Yeah, it was great to get back to competition. It's been a long off season, and our guys were super excited to get the season started. And I was very pleased with how we performed. We have so many new guys this year that it's hard to know what to expect, and that we started with such a tough regional in this ITA kickoff. The national indoors, the top 60 teams in the country were all competing at different locations around the country, and we happened to be at Duke. And our first match we played Clemson Tigers, who were ranked 22 in the country, and playing a top 25 team for our first match of the season, was tough. But our guys came out with some great energy that match, and we got the doubles point, which, we've been working really hard in doubles. And so that was very good to get that doubles point. And then we carried that momentum into singles and, played very, very well the first match. And to get a top 25 win to start the season, I couldn't expect much more.
What is it about your program? It always seems you have that really strong doubles team.
Yeah, well, we work on it hard. I say that. I feel like we work on doubles maybe more than a lot of teams. Last year's doubles, it's going to be hard to beat. We won almost every doubles point and really had three solid teams. But, I think these guys are up for the challenge already. I could see that this weekend. But we have some, good tactics in doubles. We work on it hard. We stress it, because we feel that it's an important point in the team match. So I think just, us paying attention to it helps our doubles.
You come back after beating 22nd ranked Clemson 4-2. You take a 4-0 loss to 12th ranked Duke.
Yeah, that's right. Duke, very experienced team. They're kind of opposite from us. They're almost all upperclassmen. And so it was a good match for us. To be honest, we played a little bit better in doubles even in that match, and just didn't come out. Our number one team beat Duke's number one team, and then we just lost at 2-3 in some close matches. But I was pleased with how we played. And then singles, we had some very close, tight matches. We just couldn't get over the hump. But they're a top 10 team, and so it was a good learning experience for us. It was good to play on the road and with their fans, against us, and for our guys to get used to that. So it's definitely the kind of match that we want to be a part of, and we're going to keep trying to be in more of those this year.
And then again, you get the split on the road against ranked teams, so it's very solid, looking way ahead. I know it's way ahead toward NCAA resume time, but you've already logged a ranked win, and you get that ranked win, so you're not starting out in the hole after 1 week.
Exactly. That's what's a little bit scary about this weekend. Is it's very easy to come out of there 0-2. Obviously, you like to be 2-0, but 1-1 is a very good start, and it really sets us up well for the rest of the season.
Well, you're going to come back home Friday night. You're going to be at the Racket Club. You're going to have Chattanooga at 11 o'clock Friday. Later that evening at 6 o'clock, you're going to face Murray State.
Yeah, so it's a good couple, regional teams. It'll be a good chance for us to get some different combinations going. We're going to have, playing two matches in the same day is never easy. We don't do that a lot, so that'll be a challenge to see how where our fitness is. But hopefully we can get some fans out there. Should be good to show off a lot of these new guys to some of the local support.
Well, the key this weekend be to make sure you get that effort out of the team, especially the young team, because it's easy, obviously, to get motivated when you play the two ranked teams on the road. Chattanooga and Murray State, very solid teams, but they don't have that ranking, and sometimes there's a little bit of that letdown.
Yeah, that's right. I think when they come in, they don't realize that how many good teams there truly are. And if you're not, at your best, then we can definitely lose to any team in the country. So it's trying to get the consistent performance, consistent effort, no matter who our opponent is, and we keep stressing that, and hopefully these guys will do that.
That's going to shut it down for a week or so as far as any match action. I know you'll practice where you can, but won't be at the Racket Club because we're coming up on the Pro Tour that always comes to Memphis. I know that's a big deal for you guys. You've had players get in those qualifying rounds and make some noise before. Any chance you'll get any kind of invites this year, or is it just too young of a club?
We hope so. We're never sure. They have Wildcards, and the sign-up is not actually till the night before the tournament. But it's kind of a last-minute deal that we find out. But the last 3 or 4 years, we have had players that have played in that, as you mentioned, and done well. And it's just a great experience for us to be part of that tournament. For our home facility to host such a prestigious ATP event is very exciting. Some of the best players in the world, best Americans, are all coming to play it. So it should be another great event. So that's one weekend off, and then we get right back at it, you know, playing South Carolina the next week. So it's still a busy time, but it's a good time for us to work on some parts of our game and keep improving for later in the season.
That just got to be good on so many aspects, though. Reputation-wise, as far as getting future wild cards, your wild cards before have gotten in there and they have advanced. So you've got that reputation. Plus recruiting, it's always good to say, hey, we've gotten some wild cards. We've got our own pro tournament here, and we've had guys get in there and move along.
That's right. Yes. Yes to all of that. And it's a good experience. I think, you know, people don't realize how good the level is at college tennis. So, you know, these top collegiate players are, you know, they can play with these professional players. And I think we've shown that by a lot of the performances our guys have had. And then there's been other college players that have, you know, done very well when they've had opportunities in other professional tournaments. So it's good to have that mixture, and it's good for them to be exposed to some of these top players and see the level. So, you know, that's kind of the goal of a lot of these guys.
All right, Coach, sounds good. Congratulations on that win, and we will best of luck Friday. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
That is head coach Paul Goebel. I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.